Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Islamic podcast. Recently, I noticed that the Christian apologists are kind of losing their mind ever since Andrew Tate and Sneako converted to Islam.
Andrew Tate, Sneako.
So recently, David Wood made a video where he basically attacked Sneako because Sneako recently said Quran is reserved, unlike the Bible, and there's only one Quran. So in this video, I'll be responding to David Wood's garbage arguments in regards against the historical preservation of the Quran. Inshallah, Brother MENJ will join me in this video.
I'm your host, MENJ. So today, I'll be doing a reaction to this, who else but the psychopath. In this particular video, he has tried to make a response to Sneako. By the way, this video response is in collaboration with Brother Islamic calling, so don't forget to subscribe to his channel. Here we go, let's start this circus.
Looks like Sneako is about to have a really bad weeko.
What the hell was that? Was that supposed to be a joke? That was painful. That's so bad. David, do me a favor. Please delete your channel. Okay? If for nothing else, then just for those bad jokes.
You know, he comes from a different worldview from us normal people. Let's not forget that he's a self-confessed psychopath.
If you have no idea who Sneako is, welcome to the club. Why am I talking about him? Because this gamer, streamer, whatever, just became the new poster boy for Islam.
He has seen the truth and he wants to promote the truth. That's a good thing. You know, how awful. He believes in only one God. He believes in all the prophets of God. How dare he? How awful, right? Like he has his morality completely back.
In fact, just several months ago, Sneako actually made some rather nasty statements about Islam. So for him to go against this view, that itself is a miracle. But here I'm trying to make is that he did make some Islamophobic statements, very much like what you have done. But the difference between you is that he received the guidance from God.
Much like his hero Andrew Tate, Sneako knows absolutely nothing about Christianity or Islam. But also, like Andrew Tate, Sneako's complete ignorance about Christianity and Islam doesn't stop him from constantly talking about Christianity and Islam. On the contrary,
and I find it interesting that this psycho of all people is kind of lecturing Brother Sneako because he supposedly doesn't have any knowledge. Yet this is the same guy that claimed that supposedly Prophet Muhammad have never performed a miracle.
Prophet like Moses refers to a prophet who performs miracles like Moses, since Muhammad couldn't perform miracles.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the?
So yeah, there's like an entire Quran verse dedicated to showing that the Prophet performed a miracle, and yet this guy going around claiming that Prophet never performed a miracle. I mean, if you've been an Islamophobe for 20 years, man, and you still show this level of ignorance, and then you have the audacity to call Sneako ignorant.
His ignorance made him the perfect target for Dawah. A Dawah-gandist looks at Sneako the same way Andrew Tate looks at a beautiful girl on Instagram. Oh look, here's someone I can manipulate into joining my sex cult and helping me get more followers. In case you're new to Dawah, Dawah is what jihadis do when they're too weak to fight. When they're not in a position to violently subjugate people, they lie to people in order to keep them in a state of ignorance until the jihadi community is strong enough to fight.
Wow, David has invented a new definition of Dawah. I challenge you to show me one place, either in the Quran or in the Sunnah or in anywhere in the practice of the early generation, where they believed that the word Dawah means it's something that has to be done in order to gain political authority. Show me one place where the word Dawah is meant in that context. And you can't show it. You know why? Because it doesn't exist. I mean, this is the same kind of like Robert Spencer garbage that you've been spouting for like 20 years. The Muslims were giving Dawah to non-Muslims, whether they were in the majority or whether they were in the minority, whether they were in power or they were not in power. For example, in the year 632, the Prophet actually debated Christians of Najran who actually came to visit, and he gave them Dawah. There's a whole chapter in the Quran dedicated to responding to their argument. Now, this happened in the year 632. By that time, the Mecca has already been conquered. I think that Mecca was conquered in 630. So Islam was pretty much established as the main political system, and Muslims were in power. So if the Muslims were in power, then they really have no reason to debate anyone. But that's not what happened. They still invited this group of Christians. They allowed them to stay here, and they allowed them to debate with the Prophet, to give them dawah. So if this is really the case, then the only reason Muslims give dawah is so we can come into power. Then why was the Prophet giving dawah when he already was in power? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It clearly contradicts your ridiculous conspiracy. Now, the reason people give dawah has nothing to do with gaining power. If that was the case, after the Muslim Caliphate was established, dawah would stop. But that never happened. Dawah continued, because the reason people give dawah is to bring people to the truth, to show people the truth.
If you want to talk about lying, about the history of lying by Christian missionaries to entice their Muslim target, then look no further than what the Christian missionaries have done. You know, your grand plan of Project Joshua. Let's not forget Project Joshua. And Windows 10 40. Yep, that's another missiology term. And let's also not forget that you Christians perfected the art of deception and lying when preaching or trying to lie Christianity to the Muslims. Okay, let's not forget the concept of contextualization, where Christian missionaries go into Muslim land and they adopt the culture and the language and the behaviors of the peoples. So they pretend to be Muslims, wearing Muslim garb, speaking the language, the Muslim majority language, and the culture, the Muslim culture especially. But then their real intent is to actually missionize to this Muslim. Christianity is basically the religion of pure deception.
By the way, just to show you guys what brother MENJ is talking about, let me show you guys a video of a Christian apologist and missionary who pretended to be a Muslim. This guy was caught red-handed and was completely exposed in India. They speak in Bengali, so I will put English subtitle so you guys understand.
শুনেন, আমরা একটু কথা বলি, মানে আমাদের আসার কারণ কি, ঠিক আছে? আপনারা একটা লিফলেট ছাপিয়েছেন, এখানে আপনার নাম্বার দেওয়া আছে ফার্স্টে, প্রথমে আপনারা এখানে লিফলেটটা ছাপিয়েছেন যেহেতু আপনি খ্রিস্টান, আমাদের কোনো আপত্তি নেই, আপনি বাইবেল প্রচার করবেন, খ্রিস্টান ধর্ম প্রচার করবেন, আমাদের কোনো সমস্যা নেই। আমাদের সমস্যা হচ্ছে এটাই, যখন আপনারা খ্রিস্টানিটি প্রচার করতে গিয়ে পবিত্র কোরআন থেকে 5খানা আয়াত দিয়েছেন, আর বাইবেল থেকে দিয়েছেন মাত্র 3টে ভার্স। এই যে আপনাদের লিফলেট, আপনি কেন কোরআন ব্যবহার করবেন? আপনি একজন খ্রিস্টান।
কোরআনটা কারো ব্যক্তিগত সম্পত্তি নয়, যে ঈসা আলাইহিস সালাম একমাত্রই একটা পবিত্র নবী আছেন,
মানে ইনাদের এটা হচ্ছে বিষয়। ইনাদের প্রতারণাটা দেখেন, ওরে কখনো যিশু বলছে, ঈসা বলছে, কেন? মানে মুসলিমদেরকে কনভিন্স করার জন্য।
না না, আপনি
দেখেন বাইবেল নিয়ে আসেন, কিতাবুল মুকাদ্দাস আছে, আরবি ভাষা, মুসলিমদের পরিভাষা ব্যবহার করছে, কেন? দেখেন খ্রিস্টানিটি প্রচার করছে, বাইবেলের নাম নিচ্ছেন, মানে এটা হচ্ছে যে প্রতারণা আপনার।
না,
এবং আপনি এর আগে প্রতারণা করেছেন। আপনি আমাদের ওই মসজিদে গিয়ে আপনি নিজে মুসলিম পরিচয় দিয়ে আপনি আলোচনা করছেন।
আমার নাম ফারসে দালি আছে, আমি পরিচয় না দেওয়ার কি আছে?
মুসলিম পরিচয় দিয়ে খ্রিস্টানিটি প্রচার করছেন।
আমি মুসলিম পরিবার থেকে, মুসলিমরা কি ঈসা নবীকে বিশ্বাস করে না?
মসজিদে গিয়ে উনি বাইবেল,
আমি ঈসা নবীর কথাই বলে এসেছি মসজিদে।
তো আপনি ওখানে যেহেতু খ্রিস্টান, আপনি খ্রিস্টান,
আমি একজন ঈসা নবীর উম্মত।
By the way, just to show you guys the level of fraud in the beginning, he admits to writing an ad where he said Jesus is God and only devil denies this.
আচ্ছা, আমি পড়ি এখানে, ই করো তো, কি লিখেছে? পরিষ্কার লিখছেন, ইনজিল শরীফে বলা ঈসা হলেন খোদা তাআলার পুত্র।
Then in the same breath he says he's a Muslim.
Muslim.
This is a level of Christian fraud we are dealing with in Asia. Yet this psycho has the audacity to call us liars. Anyway, brother MENJ didn't see this footage, so he might have good laugh when he sees this, as I added it later. Either way, let's continue.
Calling people to Islam, and we cannot, and we are not allowed to, and we are not supposed to, and we are forbidden from spreading the message of Islam through lies and deception and contextualize what you Christian missionaries do. So yeah, look it up, okay? I have books there right behind me which talks about Christians going to Muslim lands and pretending to be Muslims in order to convert them to Christianity. So yes, tell me about that. So I'm pretty sure the books behind you say the same thing as well, but that's besides the point. So anyway, let's continue.
That was the end of this video. So basically I have this is the beginning of a 4-episode long series where I'll be covering David Wood's attack against Sneako. So basically he made like this whole video attacking Sneako, attacking Yasir Qadhi and Shibir Ali, and basically try to make it seem like Muslim scholars are like a bunch of liars. He makes a bunch of false allegations against Islam. So inshallah I'll be covering all of that from different angles. This one was more focused on Sneako because I feel like the brother was getting attacked constantly by these assholes. So I just wanted to defend him for a bit and show some love. But yeah, so if you guys like the video, then don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Inshallah, my next video will focus more on David Wood's accusation against Yasir Qadhi. Inshallah, it should be an interesting one. So look out for that, inshallah. And if you want to support me, then you can support me by becoming a Patreon or by becoming a YouTube member. And thanks to brother MENJ. And with that, I want to end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.